I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the base.
Welcome back to another episode of Lone Star College Football. We're going to talk about the 2024 schedule for the Texas Longhorns going into the SEC, the 3-6-6 format, and who could be our permanent three rivalries. But before we do, let's talk about our giveaway. We have reached our goal of 500 subscribers, which means we will be announcing a winner soon. Please do us a favor. Go follow us on Twitter. We're going to make the announcements over there. And it just helps. It's just easier to do it over there. We can do it on community posts on YouTube. Sometimes those get seen, sometimes they don't. So go hit us over on Twitter. And if you follow us on Twitter, you're going to get to see a lot of cool Texas stuff anyways, because we are pretty active over there. With that being said, 2024, going to the SEC. They're talking, it seems like it hasn't, I guess it's not official, but it seems like it's official that they are going to do a 3-6-6 format. So 3 protected rivalry games and then 6 other conference games that will rotate each year so that you get to play all SEC teams every 2 years, which means they're not going to have 4 non-conference games anymore. They're going to have 3. So we already know that for the next 4 years, we play Michigan twice and Ohio State twice. And then after that in 2028, there's no telling who we'll have. But I've kind of just put together a schedule in my head of, honestly, probably nowhere near the schedule that'll actually come out. Just what I've seen, what I think would be cool. I've got some reasons as to why I chose the teams that I did choose. In this scenario, our 3 protected rivalries will be A&M, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. I think Oklahoma's guaranteed. They're not bringing Oklahoma and Texas from the Big 12 just to get rid of that rivalry game. They want the money. They're going to keep it. Texas and A&M, I feel confident about. I feel like that's almost 100%. I think on the A&M side, they might try to weasel their way out of that. If you want to know more about that, then check out the video that I'll link somewhere over here. And then Arkansas seems like a team that makes sense. We've had a rivalry with them for a long time. I guess we hadn't played them once in a long time, but way back when, before I was born, Texas and Arkansas had a big rivalry, so it'd be cool to renew that. Other than that, I kind of just chose some teams that I feel like this would be a decent schedule that Texas could play in. It would be fun, and there's some reasoning behind a lot of the games. So week 1, we got to go to Ann Arbor and play Michigan. That's going to be a tough game to start the season off. Usually like a cupcake team to warm up first game of the season, but we will not be getting that in 2024. And then for the other 2 non-conference games, I kind of just teams that seems like Texas plays pretty regularly. We play Rice, we play ULM, we play the Raging Cajuns, we play LA Tech sometimes. Like some of these teams we play, I just kind of threw them in there. We got Wyoming this year. It doesn't really matter about these. It's the SEC games that matter. So that's week 2 and 3 is Rice and ULM. Week 4, I've got us traveling to Missouri. We're going to take on the Mizzou Tigers. It's a game that we used to play regularly. We played them in a bowl game a while back with Tom Herman. I don't know if y'all remember Drew Lock putting on his coat, trying to mock us. And then you got Tom Herman and Sam Mellinger on the sidelines doing it after we came back and beat them. That's a fun game just because of that. And I would like to see that in our first year back in the SEC. I've got the Oklahoma game. Obviously, it's in Dallas. And it's always like an earlier week 5, week 6 kind of game. So I threw it in there in week 5. Seems like it makes sense. I did give us a week 6 bye week. I think that's like the best bye week you can get, especially when week 7 I have us versus Bama. All right, we played in Austin last year. We got in Bama in Tuscaloosa this year. So next year I want us to play Bama in Austin again. After that, we got Arkansas also in Austin because we played them in Fayetteville a couple seasons ago. Next, we have at Vandy. Could be fun. At Tennessee. This is going to be a tough schedule, though. At Vandy, at Tennessee, and then at Florida. 3 away games in a row. The reasons for those, Vandy's kind of the season's tough. We need a break. Play Vandy, right? Can't have you can't have Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, LSU, Bama, all those games right there. Right, you can't play all those teams, and so this kind of breaks it up to where we have some tough games, and then you have a lighter stretch there. But it is an away game, so it's still difficult. Then we go to Tennessee, and the reason for that is because Tennessee, they claim to be the real UT. No, you're not. Your brand is nowhere near as big as us. Um, I don't care, but it'd be a fun game because of that. There's already this mutual. We don't care for y'all. Y'all are ugly orange. We're burn orange. Y'all are fake UT. We're real UT. I just think it'd be fun. It'd be a fun game. I have us at Florida because let's be honest, guys. In 2008, Texas should have played Florida in the Natty. Should have been in Oklahoma. Do I think Texas would have beaten TiVo? Probably not. But we should have been there. And so we haven't played Florida since. And it's just a game. Like I said, this isn't what a real schedule looked like. It's just my schedule. The games that I think would be fun and a decent mix of the top tier of the SEC and the middle to low tier. After that, I've got two games in this the 11th game slot. One would be if they do keep a four games of non-conference, in which my fourth game would be Baylor. I think that would be a cool game. It's the in-state game. Keep playing it, right? Now that Logan and I do this podcast, I've kind of grown to like Baylor just a little bit. I like them more when we're not in the Big 12. We don't have to play them anymore. But I feel like that'd be a fun game. However, I do think they are going to get away from the four non-con games. So instead, I have us playing Kentucky. Once again, Kentucky's kind of that middle of the SEC over the last season or two. They're really not a football school, but they've had a couple good years now under I think Mark Stoops. I think that's the coach over there, and it's just a breakup game, okay? Because Thanksgiving game, bring it back, Lone Star Showdown, Texas going to beat A&M. I say going to Texas in Austin to beat A&M because the last game is played in College Station. So the next one needs to be played in Austin. Texas is going to bring home a win. Say bring home. We're in Austin. We're just going to win. The whole city of Austin is going to go wild. Little brothers are going to lose. They're used to it. It'll be okay. Really, just a fun schedule. I think it's a good mix, right? Like if I'm being as honest as I could be, right? You gotta take Michigan as a most likely a loss. I'm not gonna take Oklahoma as a most likely loss. I think we can beat Oklahoma. I feel confident we'll beat Oklahoma this year. Now, of course, this is 2024, so there's a whole another season of the same coaching staff, another recruiting class. But I think we'll beat OU this year, and we beat them, killed them last year. Bama's an interesting team, right? Because we were close last year. This year, Bama's returning they're like 125th in returning production. Bama's not, they recruit so well, and it's so hard because I know they lose a lot all the time and they seem to bounce back. Something feels a little bit different right now. So, as of right now, because of Bama, I'm gonna chalk it up as a loss, but I don't feel terrible about Texas's chances in September going to Tuscaloosa to play them. I don't feel bad about that game right now. Arkansas, that's a win in my books. We lost to him last time we played, but you got to think our team was not built the way it is now. Now we're recruiting offensive linemen and defensive linemen that are SEC sized. Okay, we're recruiting better. Our DBs are better. Our linebackers are so much better. And really, in that game, it came down to a few facts. It came down to O-line, D-line. The trenches killed us. KJ Jefferson, Traylon Burks killed us. They won't have them. Our offensive line, D-line's getting better. So right now, it's just a loss Michigan, a loss to Bama. Tennessee, Josh Heupel's doing a great job over there. I can see them maintaining some success as much as I call them the fake UT. I could see that being a really tough game for us and potentially a loss. So just for the sake of keeping this as real as I can, I'm going to count that as a loss. So that gives us 3. Florida, I'm not too concerned with right now. Kentucky, I'm not concerned with. A&M, I'm not concerned with. In all honesty, if this was our schedule, I could see a ceiling of 10-2 and a floor of 8-4, which is not terrible. It's not good for Texas, right? We should always be above that. But first year in the SEC, if we go 8-4 and it's 2024, 12-team playoff, 8-4 is not going to be good enough. 9-3 would probably be good enough to get us in that 12th spot. So really, that's what we need is a 12-3 schedule, or 12-3, 9-3 season to get us into the 12th spot of that playoff. And I think that'll be a solid first year, a solid stepping stone into what could be the Texas Longhorns in the SEC. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Is there anybody on here you don't want to play, especially one of the saved rivalries? If you don't want A&M or first of all, if you don't want Oklahoma, there's something wrong with you. I mean, let's be honest. If you don't want A&M, there's something wrong with you. But you can make we hadn't played them in so long. There's no point. They wimped out. They wanted to get away. Let them go. If you want to make that argument, fine. But if you don't want OU, something wrong with you. So let me know in the comments what y'all think about that and this schedule. I mean, what do you think? Michigan, Rice, ULM, Mizzou, OU, Bama, Arkansas, Vandy, Tennessee, Florida, Kentucky, A&M. How many wins do y'all see? I think I see 9. I think I might be able to see 10 or 11, to be honest with you. Michigan's the toughest game, right? Right? Michigan's got to be the toughest game on that schedule. And after that, Bama, maybe. We don't know. But with that being said, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Until next time, hook 'em.